Shawn Levy is feeling the pressure, and I got a clip here I can show. Let me share that. Bring it up here. I've got a couple clips actually, but he is currently shooting the movie. Let's hear what he has to say here, and we'll talk about it. I have another clip too to show. Here we go.
And I'd say on most of my movies, there was something unexpected. On Starfighter, it was we had a whole different idea for something in the third act, and then things didn't align, and I was forced to come up with a new idea. And I'm literally right now shooting that section of the movie.
Wow.
And every day I'm grateful that the way I was supposed to do it didn't work out.
Wow.
Because the new idea that it forced me to explore is so much better than the original idea would have been.
How are you feeling at this exact? I know you
jet lagged is the short answer.
Yeah, but I mean, but to I imagine you, like you said a little bit ago, like that kid version of you watching Star Wars and now directing your own Star Wars film. You've been on major sets. Deadpool and Wolverine was a massive set. You've done major films. This one has to feel a little different, I have to imagine.
It does feel different. It's harder and a more unique pressure than any other movie you could make, because you go into it understanding how deeply emotional the connection with audiences is. Now, you could argue that's true of Marvel, that's true of other franchises, but nothing is as religious an allegiance as Star Wars. And so the need, the pressure, self-inflicted mostly, to get it right, that's intense. And I'll admit to you, the first few weeks of shooting, it felt like this oppressive sort of this cloud over me, because every day, they would come to me. It's 100 questions a day. And especially with Starfighter, it's not a sequel. It's not a prequel. It is not legacy characters, and it's not in a period of time in the galaxy that's ever been explored.
It's 5 years after 6, right?
9, after Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But what this means is that we are inventing everything in this movie. And the desire to make design choices, character choices, planet choices, costume choices, droid choices, alien choices, all of it needs to feel
69.
Star Wars-y. But I am freaking determined to not let any of it feel derivative or lazily copycat. And I'll say, so far, the encouragement I've gotten from Disney and from Kathy Kennedy and Lucasfilm to forge new ground. It's been the one constant ever since I gave them an outline of this idea that Jonathan Tropper and I cooked up.
Who's a longtime collaborator.
Yes, I've done several movies with him. He wrote The Atom Project, among other things.
This Is Where I Leave You.
This Is Where I Leave You. He did a movie. He wrote a movie I produced with Ed Harris and Sudeikis called Kodachrome. But again, it all started, and I know we're all over the place.
No, so this is okay, man. We're
I
two
hope
nerds,
this format's
man.
okay.
We're geeking out.
But literally, I was editing. I was editing All the Light We Cannot See. We were still trying to craft story on Deadpool Wolverine. And it was August of 2022. I can't remember if it was before or after the fateful call from Hugh Jackman that cracked open that movie, but it was Kathleen Kennedy. And I'm like, hi, Kathleen Kennedy. And I knew her a little bit because I was one of probably 50 directors who raised their hand with interest 9-10 years ago when Disney first acquired Lucasfilm. And she called and she said, I want you to do Star Wars.
So, he made Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Seems like he's got the spirit. Here's one more clip and then we'll discuss it. This is Mia Goth on Josh Horowitz podcast.
So Star Wars is an audition. Is that Sean in the room? Is Gosling in the room when that happens?
That was on Zoom. And that was a few times on Zoom.
What is her accent?
And it was Sean. Gosling wasn't there.
Okay.
And kind of dummy sides again? Like, did you have a sense of what this role was going to be when you were?
No, there were sides. There were sides. And the sides were great.
Okay.
The sides were great.
Were you a Star Wars fan? Is this meaningful for you to be a part of a Star Wars movie?
Yeah, well, I watched the George Lucas movies with my dad when I was growing up,
Only ones
and so those in particular have a special place in my heart. And it's been, I didn't know what it was going to be, but I really am having such an incredible time. Sean has an energy that I've never met in any other. Have you?
Oh,
Yeah. He's electric, and it has a trickle down effect on the rest of the set. He's so excited. He's so inspired. And it's contagious, and everyone else, benefits from it. And it really is. It's an incredible experience.
She was great in Frankenstein. Oh,
Yes.
are we feeling hopeful about Starfighter?
Oh, I don't know anymore.
I am.
Like,
I'll
I
go
want
last.
to.
Go
I really
ahead.
want to. And Shawn Levy is a really great director. I mean, not just, Deadpool Wolverine. I really enjoyed it. The Adam Project is I love that movie. I thought it was really good. I like Shawn Levy. And normally it would be encouraging to hear, like, you know what, this idea wasn't going to work out, but I'm glad it didn't, because this one's working out so great, and we have this creative freedom, but we want to stick with canon, but we get to do new things because we do get stagnant. Those are usually things that you like to hear, but the way Disney goes, it's also terrifying to hear that. Like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you're designing it? What do you mean what do you mean Kathleen Kennedy called you personally?
Well, I mean, it's 5 years after Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Is Rey a part of the story? I mean,
No.
what do you
Says
guys
there's no
think?
legacy
I wanna-
characters.
Yeah.
Go
He,
ahead,
he wants
Steph,
to do
and I'll go
something
finish.
completely different. Or actually, when this interview reminded me of, he's like, Kathleen Kennedy called me personally. It's like, okay, well, she's called a bunch of people personally when they're at the height of their career and they're doing something very popular, it's being well received by the public. Then the next thing you know, you hear, oh, they're in talks to do a Star Wars movie, but then like it never pans out, something like that. This one, I don't know. I like Ryan Gosling. I think that's probably the only reason that I would go and watch this film. That, and depending on what the trailer looks like. But being that it's a Star Wars movie, no, I'm not excited that it's a Star Wars movie. But that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of, okay, he did Deadpool Wolverine, caught the eye of Kathleen Kennedy. They need to reinvigorate Star Wars in some way. So let's get the guy that did Deadpool and Wolverine to come and do a Star Wars story without any type of plan. Because when she called in, they're like, okay, what do you want me to do? What is it? Is it for a prequel? Is it for a sequel? What is it? No plan. You just do what you want to do. We're gonna give you full reign. Do what you want to do. Just do something. No plan. They just wanted him for a movie. So I honestly don't know if I'm excited. I want to see Ryan Gosling.
You said it like it was a bad thing, but that's why it's a good thing, because the plan does not come from Disney. It comes from Shawn. This has all the hallmarks of a season 3 of Picard, Terry Matalas type thing.
It does.
Where
Yeah.
someone's siloed off and with clout and actual love of the original material comes in completely divorced from the people that ruined it. Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams, Mia Goth, other homeboy that I can't think of, Matt Smith, thank you. The list goes on and on of good actors, completely separate. He's multiple times said, no legacy characters, not a sequel, not a prequel. Setting after the movies does not make it a sequel. Makes it completely... Now, my prediction is this. If we do not see Rey at the end of that movie, if that Force-sensitive kid's not dropped off, we are not getting Rey movies, and they really are trying to course correct. Because I don't think we're going to see it, personally.
I am wondering, what was the last section of them? He said the last arc was they had to rewrite it, and
they had to rewrite it.
So
because Daisy Ridley wasn't available for filming? Is that what you're thinking?
Do you think that it was originally
I don't know.
I'm
going to choose to trust him saying, if it was anyone else, that's what I would think. But I'm going to choose. Sean hasn't lied to me as far as I know. So if he says there was no legacy characters, it means there was no legacy characters, and maybe just the place that we're going to shoot wasn't available.
It feels like they're trying to get completely away from everything that didn't work on the previous movies. They're trying to get away from the sequels, at least according to what Shawn Levy is saying.
Yes.
And so that is good. Okay, that's a good. And listen, I like Shawn Levy just as a director in and of himself. He did the Night at the Museum movies, which I enjoyed.
The writer, Jonathan Tropper, because he wrote it with Jonathan. That dude did fucking Banshee and Warrior.
Yeah.
So
we're not talking about like
really?
light movies here.
Star
These
Wars
guys are
that
great
show.
filmmakers. These are so I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic about it. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. That's how I'm in at this point. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. We've been let down in the past. We all know that. But I think that Shawn Levy, if you watch the beginning of that first interview that he was doing, he said the movie that got him into making movies is Return of the Jedi. So he says this is going to have a Return of the Jedi style feel. I'm so excited about this, man. I'm telling you, and it's coming right on the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. He's got to knock it out of the park. He's got to be feeling all the pressure in the world. So I'm gonna give him a shot. You know,
Well, Badger's
yeah,
given
No,
me
because he's a Star
some
Wars
hype
fan.
with the Metalis analogy. That one worked on me.
And
You
there's
got me.
lots of big name actors, and I feel like the actors that have signed on have been in projects, like they have taste. They don't just I feel like I've loved all of Ryan Gosling's movies that I've seen. I think he's going to have a great post Project Hail Mary love from that. I think they'll be a nice fit. But and yeah, what Mia Goth said sounds nice. It sounds like they're having a nice experience, which when we hear interviews now, like Katie Sackhoff was saying she was having a horrible time on The Mandalorian, especially season 3, to the point where she was questioning acting.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
So
that
this
has
is a-
kind of
into
been
that.
par for the course for a lot of Star Wars actors. A friend of mine has been a Lucasfilm actor since 2012, since Disney bought it. And he said it used to be this fun family feeling, this wonderful environment. When he walked on set for the dreaded Acolyte, he said it was totally different. It was thick. It was very tense. That Rebecca Henderson was screaming and abusing people the entire time. And after he did that show, he was so traumatized by it, he fired his agent and quit. And he will never do another Star Wars again.
Just real quick about the Katie Sackhoff, that wasn't a condemnation of Star Wars. That was her saying, I didn't think I was a good enough actor because when I was playing Starbuck's very similar to me. So I was just kind of playing myself in a different situation. She's like, I'm nothing like
it was a condemnation of Dave Filoni.
You could read it that way, but it seemed like she didn't know how to play a completely different person, that she constantly relied on having similar qualities. And this was the first time a character was the complete opposite. And she struggled on finding a way to play someone with no attachments to, how do you empathize with a character you're not like?
Well, I think it just comes down to it's so easy for us to just reduce projects to the studio and just assume this studio has broken my heart so many times, like Amazon. But I choose to be excited for the new Stargate series, even though Amazon ruined so many other IPs because of who's involved. And the studios are just breaking up into just 5? There's so many, or there's so few nowadays. It's the people behind it that make the difference. So I'm cautiously optimistic. And if there's no connection, if they can't destroy more than what they've already have. So if they just start something new, and if they can create something
that's what they
good
need to do.
That's in the spirit of Star Wars, it doesn't feel derivative, but feels like those same themes that George was inspired by, then maybe this will be a turning point in the future. But yeah, we'll see.
I wished it was further away from all of this stuff. I wish it was 200 years in the future. That way they wouldn't be tempted to go back and drag Rey and Poe and all these other guys into it. I wish it was so far into the future that they okay, we can't use any of these guys because they're all dead. So let's just go ahead and forge something new. But the fact that he's saying I can't use any legacy characters, or I'm not going to use any legacy characters, and now I'm trying to find different planets and places and things and that, I'm loving it. Okay. That's what Star Wars needs. It needs somebody that understands the lore, the history, but they also understand that it has to be its own thing. And they have to give young generations a Star Wars that's for them. And they tried with the sequel trilogy, I guess. I don't really think they tried very much, and they failed. It's time to give somebody else a chance and get something new going. So, yeah, I'm on board. I'm going to give him a shot, and hopefully he does the job.
And Chris, what was your complaint? That they turned the boy brand into a girl brand, and now we're returning to an uncle. Not a chick with her fucking niece, an uncle and his nephew.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I predict that Daisy Ridley will be in this. It may be a cameo. I'll tell you why. She was humiliated when they trotted her out. We're doing a Rey movie. They brought that director out who was wholly unqualified to do a Star Wars film.
What are you
Her
talking? I'm going
experience-
to make you
her-
feel uncomfortable.
her experience was doing documentaries, social justice documentaries. I think they try to make it up to Daisy Ridley and throw her a bone being a
Simon
part of
Kinberg's supposed to be
Well,
writing a
Did
trilogy
they
for
do
her.
that with Woman in the Sea?
I'm wondering if because he
Yes.
is a Star Wars fan, he doesn't consider the Rey character to be a legacy character. And that's why he's saying there are no legacy characters in this movie.
Okay, but to be fair, in that interview when he's talking about, he multiple times went to Kathy and was like, "What about if I use this character? And what about this? And if this?" And she's like, "No, just do something new. We've seen that before." Rey counts firmly in the do something new. We've seen it before, so don't. You know what I'm saying?
But Rey wouldn't be in his movie. She could just have
But
a
it's still
cameo at the end or
derivative.
something like that.
I would still
I-
count that as sequel though if she shows up. That's just
Or
me.
prequel, and then it becomes a prequel to the Jedi Academy trilogy that she's supposedly doing, the new
Well,
Jedi
I-
Order shit.
Look, I'm
They need to
pretty
pour through
sure.
ground.
I'm pretty sure that Kathleen Kennedy said to Shawn Levy, "I don't want you to make a Star Wars movie. I want you to make a Leslie Headland movie." That's what she said in the room. That's probably
it's
what
too soon, Chris. Why would you do that?
I don't know it for a fact. I have this gut feeling that's what KK said to Shawn Levy.